So there is this psychological concept called betrayal trauma. It
Yeah.
basically happens when the person or the institution you completely rely on for protection just, suddenly becomes the source of an attack.
Yeah, it completely shatters your illusion of safety.
Exactly. So welcome to today's deep dive. Our mission today is to unpack this really shocking news report out of Khon Kaen, Thailand, that forces you to confront exactly that dynamic. I mean, it's like going to a friendly neighborhood get-together and the host just randomly tackles you through a table.
Right, going from 0 to 100 with absolutely no warning. And just to set the scene here, this wasn't some random brawl in a chaotic environment. We are looking at an incident that happened right in front of the investigation room at the Ban Phai police station.
And these guys weren't strangers, right?
No, not at all. You have a local news reporter and a senior police officer, and they actually knew each other personally.
Okay, so picture this. You have Mr. Trithup, the reporter, just walking past the station around 7 p.m. on August 7th. The deputy superintendent of investigation, Police Lieutenant Colonel Warwitt, calls him over to this marble table.
Just for a normal chat, I assume?
Yeah, they chat for like 5 minutes. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, Warwitt puts Trithup in a severe chokehold. And when Trithup tries to pull away, Warwitt just squeezes tighter until two other officers literally have to physically pry him off.
Which, to understand the escalation here, you really have to look at the physiology of a chokehold. I mean, there is a fundamental difference between an air choke that restricts the windpipe and a blood choke.
Right, a blood choke compresses the carotid arteries.
Exactly. A properly applied blood choke stops oxygen from reaching the brain in under 10 seconds. So it's an active, lethal mechanism. It's not a joke.
Wait, if it acts that fast, how could Warwitt claim he was just teasing? Because here's where it gets really interesting. Trithup actually pulls himself free, walks away, and basically says, you play too rough.
And the officer's reaction is just wild.
Yeah, Warwitt literally yells, "Just teasing, are you mad?" and follows him. He grabs him and applies a second chokehold, and this time he holds it until Trithup completely blacks out. He wakes up bleeding heavily and ends up needing 12 stitches above his eyebrow.
Which, just to clarify, the choke itself obviously causes the unconsciousness. The 12 stitches likely come from what happens immediately after.
Like hitting the floor.
Yeah, or the table. When you instantly lose consciousness from a blood choke, you lose all motor control. In that environment, collapsing means your face meets a solid surface, like that marble table they were at, or the concrete floor.
Jeez. So now you have an unconscious, bleeding reporter on the floor of a police station. How does the department even begin to process a crime scene when the suspect is the guy in charge of the investigation room?
Well, the immediate bureaucratic mechanism they used was transferring Warwitt to an inactive post at the Provincial Operations Center pending a formal investigation.
Okay, but is an inactive post actually a severe punishment? Or is it basically just a paid vacation to get him out of the spotlight? It sounds more like administrative shuffling to me.
It is essentially a holding pattern, yeah. In Thai law enforcement, an inactive post removes the officer from their jurisdiction and operational power while the internal investigation happens. But the situation didn't stay quiet for long.
He went online, didn't he?
Yeah, Warwitt went on Facebook to defend himself. He claimed he was challenged to a one-on-one fight and criticized the media, suggesting they were just chasing likes rather than reporting facts.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
His main defense was that after working hours, he's just a normal person who can only take so much provocation. I'm really struggling with that logic.
It's definitely a stretch.
Right. Doesn't a police officer's specialized combat training completely change the level of responsibility they hold, even when they're in street clothes?
Oh, absolutely. That is the core legal and procedural tension here. I mean, combat training isn't a uniform you just take off at 5 p.m. It's more akin to carrying a loaded weapon at all times.
Right. You can't just turn off the training.
Exactly. Leveraging a dangerous professional skill set in a civilian context drastically alters the baseline of responsibility. And this brings up a crucial piece of context from the sources, because this isn't an isolated behavioral anomaly.
Wait, really? There's a history here.
Yeah. Just last year, Warwitt was allegedly transferred for assaulting a woman who was 5 months pregnant.
Oh, wow. So you're painting a picture of a systemic pattern rather than just a one-off bad day. This whole incident really summarizes an incredibly fragile dynamic between local media and the authorities they are tasked with covering.
Yeah, a casual conversation resulted in a severe traumatic injury. It really forces you to reevaluate the boundaries of state-sanctioned force.
Definitely.
Because when an officer uses specialized violence to settle what they perceive as a personal slight, The line between public protector and private threat just evaporates.
Which leaves you with a critical question to ponder on your own. If a well-known local reporter can be choked unconscious at a police station by an acquaintance, how does this impact the average citizen's trust in the authorities meant to protect them? And how will that chilling effect change the news you read tomorrow?